Welcome back everyone to Let's Play Oddworld Munch's Oddysee. Today we'll be playing the first level where we will make Lulu some cash, some moolah, some dough in this strange level. Very unique level.
Hey, now you must help Lulu get rich. And your first victim is a greedy gluckin who's gonna turn this Moodakin village into a Rupture Farms meat ranch. He's holed up down there in the cave below. Force him to donate his moolah to the Lulu Fund and save the Meeps.
Alright, so this level, we have to take care of a guy who wants to make another Rupture Farms. Remember that in the first game, Rupture Farms wasn't the only one. There are multiple settled around Oddworld. I have to start off by saving these Meeps. Why do we have to save these Meeps?
The Moodakin Meep herders are so depressed that they can't even herd their own Meep. Gain their confidence by herding the Meep back into their pens. You might want to try Munch in his wheelchair for this one.
Right, so we want those 4 Moodakins that are all depressed and meditating because, I don't know, they're too lazy to get their Meep into the pen. You can do this several ways. You can have a pick them up and carry them. This is the dumb way of doing it. You can't possess them. They are the only animals in the game that you can't possess, actually. Instead, actually going to follow the shaman's advice here. Munch with his wheelchair is far more effective. Of course, as a kid, I didn't believe in that because I thought everything the shaman said was crap. So I carried them all one by one as it took a while. It's a bit tricky. If you've ever played something like Twilight Princess with the goat herding in the beginning of the game, it's kind of similar. And it takes up around a good portion of the level. Luckily, they can hop pretty fast for little sheep with only one leg. They also bat a lot, obviously. So not particularly exciting. You could even like hit them, but I don't think you can kill any of them just by whacking them to death. It won't let you, and besides, hitting them, I feel bad when I do, so I'd rather not. I don't know why I let this go on for so long. It should be over soon. There we go. Right, all those sheep, or Meep, I keep screwing up on that. Only got one left, and we're already 1/3 past through the level. In my case, at least. Make sure Munch doesn't get into the gate, because once you throw everyone in, all the Meep are close into the gate, and they all wake up.
Wow, you actually did it! You herded all the Meep into their pen! So thrilling. Now what are you waiting for? Get those whiny Moodakins to help you get that Gluck Meep rancher out of here! Don't forget to help out Lulu!
I like how meta Oddworld Inhabitants is about its objectives in the game, with Sloggut saying, oh, you actually made it through this whole gauntlet of hallways with everything shooting at you, and you did it like a bunch of times. And it's like they knew it wasn't a good idea, and here they're like, oh, you actually got all the Meep, and I'm sure you had an absolute fantastic time. And it's like, you know, if you know that it was a bad idea, like, why would you, you know, make it a gameplay mechanic? Well, I guess you wouldn't really call it a gameplay mechanic, since this is the only time it ever happens in the game. We don't see Meep ever again. Which is for the better, maybe. I can't really see much more of a use for them. Anyway, we're up to the second third of the level. We have to gather up and upgrade all of the Moodakins in this level. This involves us with exploring the stage, actually going around and seeing where we can find them. And this stage has a lot of, well, not a lot, but it's bigger than it looks. And here's a little Tomahawker upgrade, so we gotta collect a lot of spoofs. I mean, by the end, we'll have around 8 natives, or so. So I know, gotta get all that spoofs. This guy's really annoying to get. Oddworld Inhabitants liked making these spiral structures to jump around. I'm actually amazed I did this first try, but with the jumping the way the game is, it's really easy to just slip off. You really see how bad the jumping is in the next level. I don't even want to talk about it. Then again, that was more of an issue with bad camera angles, which is also an issue with those structures. If we slide down here, there's going to be another native there, and a couple of sloggies up to the side. Just going to throw him in there first, because we don't want him to get attacked by sloggies. And also, when you're like next to a well or behind a native, the game sometimes gets confused on what you want to do, and you just jump into the well without picking anything up. It's kind of annoying. Now, this is interesting. Munch's Oddysee is like the first and only Oddworld game so far where you can actually possess slogs. Before they were unpossessable, but now you can just control them. Here's a sloggy. They're little slogs. They were introduced in Abe's Exodus. They can run around really fast, but they're pretty weak. You get beat up real easy. Still have the same like industrial mine health meter as sligs, so they're considered industrialists. Yeah, they're really not useful to possess at all, quite honestly, unless you just want to dwindle some numbers down. They're not really good for attacking, because it's basically the same attack as if you were just attacking with a batless slig. A slacker. And now we're gonna go back to the beginning of the level to get our last native. Could have been our first, but whatever. And I really like it here. Like, I'm not sure why. There is a ton of spoos. As a matter of fact, there's a little cliff. I didn't go down there. You see, like, down that bridge, there is just like a deposit of at least 50 spoos down there. Far more than you'll ever need in this level, unless your dudes die a lot, which probably shouldn't happen. Probably.
Hey there, fellow chump.
And now I got everything gathered up, we can upgrade everyone. Takes a while, but this is why we need to collect all the spoos. And we're almost done with the second third. Now we have to do the most exciting thing. Throw every single tomahawker down this cliff. Because they will not follow you off the edge. It is really annoying and tricky. And that Mudakin had a really high voice. I don't know what happened there. But this is probably the worst part. Just trying to get all these guys thrown down, making sure you don't fall, making sure you don't throw them down well, or if they get too close to the sloggies, then they'll start getting hurt. They could probably take on sloggies by themselves, but still. I cut that all out because it's just so tedious just to watch. Yeah, they're not much of a threat. So this is why we needed all the Mudokons in the first place. We need to open up this cave where the Glutton's hiding out. I actually got a lot more than I needed, but you can never be too safe. I have like 8 and you only need like 3 or so. Now in Munch, we're gonna do some exploring in the cave, maybe scout around. Munch isn't really too useful in these levels, especially in the next one. He's not used at all in the next one. Here, he still has some value. There's a zap machine, which indicates that he's going to be doing some fighting. And actually, using Munch in a wheelchair while zapping is pretty useful, considering. When Munch is attacking from the wheelchair, he doesn't have any animation that indicates he's attacking. He just kind of sits there. So, it makes the attacks move a lot faster. He just, you know, it looks kind of weird, actually. Like he's not even thinking about it. But yeah, this Gluckin has some pretty weak security. It's nothing but slogs. No sligs or anything, just a bunch of poor little dogs. And finally, something that's really weird, this stage has giant slogs. And there's a big dude right there. The game's kind of dark, so you can't see it, but you see right there, he is absolutely huge. And as expected, he takes a big bite out of your health, big chunk. And Munch is out of zap, so I left him to die. That message from the shaman pops up every time your ally dies when you're not controlling him. It's useful, I guess. Luckily there's a revival egg right there, but we won't bother with it right now. I realized in the thread some people, or at least one guy, was like, you know, mix it up a bit. Don't just have possessions, and I try to do that here. You know, keep the whole fighting style fresh or whatever. Like, we just attacked with Munch a bit, now I think I possess? No, I don't. I have the Tomahawkers do their own thing, and they're pretty good at it. And one last line of defense, one big slog, and I think two normal, regular sized ones. I just use possession orb for the big guy because... Oh, yeah, great. Like I said, you can use slogs to just weaken down the defense a bit, whittle them down, make sure you don't get much of a threat. I actually automatically depossess because when you get attacked as Abe, when you're possessing, you're just automatically sent back to reality. And that slot kind of ruined it for me. And now for the momentous moment of possessing our first Gluckin. Look at that handsome fellow. We're gonna possess the poop out of him. There's a bunch of little Easter eggs and references here. Got barrels of Meep chunks, that's not really a reference, just like a nice little tidbit of doormat. This guy, he is a PUD. He's in the lowest of the food chain. Like, he just got to executive status. Pretty pathetic looking. And he only has 50,000 moolah. That's pretty small. This guy's got some Bill blackboard saying Munch sucks, and a very complicated mathematical formula. Reference to the first game with the Abe poster from Oddworld, Abe's Oddysee. It's Abe posters everywhere in the Oddworld games. You never stop seeing it until Stranger's Wrath. And also a computer, which honestly I have no idea how he uses, because video game logic is tons of fun to make fun of. Anyway. Let's use Lulu's Fund, which is very conveniently placed here. I don't even know why they have him down here. And the money just spews out of his head. Mentally. I like to think this is what's happening when I'm depositing money into my ATM. Interesting note, Abe doesn't kill the Gluckins, he just knocks them out. You cannot kill any Gluckins in this game. Not sure what the point of that is. You can, you can't reach a Gluckin through normal circumstances at all either. Like, there's no way to interact with them unless you glitch the game out. And even if you did glitch the game out, you may have noticed that little floating, like, what do you call it? Also much is that I gotta revive him. But in every single Gluckin office, there is a floating depossession orb thing, but it's not a depossession orb. It kills Abe or Munch if they get anywhere near a Gluckin, which completely kills the interaction with them. I don't know why they have to do that, but that's that. We're done with the level, and we're off to a good start, 50,000 moolah, and we can only move up from here. Until next time, everyone, I'll see you in Let's Play Oddworld Munch's Oddysee, where we'll play through Brewery to Be. An okay level. It's got tons of references.